This is unbelievable. This entire aisle is packed with products gathering dust like I've never witnessed. Nobody's purchasing these Aldi items. Here's exactly why. Right this moment, someone just grabbed an Aldi product, examined the packaging, and immediately returned it to the shelf. This scenario repeats thousands of times daily. Identical products, identical rejection pattern. Aldi is fully aware, yet they continue restocking them anyway. Today, we're revealing 13 items that Aldi customers universally avoid. And by number 1, you'll discover a premium product so catastrophically terrible, it's achieved legendary status in Aldi communities for entirely the wrong reasons. Let's expose what's perpetually gathering dust on these shelves. Groceries. 13. Specially selected Belgian butter cookies with chocolate chips. This sounds premium. Specially selected represents Aldi's upscale tier. Belgian butter cookies should be luxurious. Chocolate chips should render them irresistible. So why are they perpetually in inventory? Why does nobody purchase them? Because they're an identity crisis in packaging. They're attempting to simultaneously be fancy Belgian cookies and American chocolate chip cookies. They fail spectacularly at both. The Belgian butter cookie foundation is excessively rich and buttery for American preferences. Consumers expecting chocolate chip cookies find them strange and dense. The chocolate chips are too sparse and miniature for Americans wanting cookies loaded with chocolate. People expecting Belgian cookies find the chocolate chips jarring and misplaced. The outcome is a cookie disappointing everyone. Not indulgent enough to constitute a special treat, not familiar enough to be comfort food. Just confused and overpriced. These cost $3.99 for a small tin. You can obtain authentic Belgian cookies from Trader Joe's for identical pricing. Or acquire American chocolate chip cookies people actually recognize and enjoy. The specially selected Belgian butter cookies with chocolate chips occupy shelves mocking shoppers with their premium packaging and identity confusion. They're a case study in market research catastrophe. Aldi attempted creating something unique. They manufactured something nobody wanted. The clearance stickers communicate the entire narrative. Cookies can't determine what they want to be, but the next item figured out what it wanted to be, and chose violence. Number 12. Fit and Active Reduced Sugar Fruit Spread. This occupies the jam dark jelly aisle. It's been positioned there for weeks, the identical jars. Nobody's touching them. Reduced sugar fruit spread sounds healthful. It sounds like something you should purchase, but nobody does. Here's why. It tastes like fruit-flavored melancholy. The reduced sugar necessitates artificial sweeteners for compensation. The outcome is jam tasting weirdly chemical with a bitter aftertaste lingering unpleasantly. The consistency is fundamentally wrong too. Authentic jam possesses body from sugar and pectin. This substance is thin and runny. It doesn't spread appropriately. It just sort of seeps. And here's the killer. It costs identical to regular jam, sometimes more. So you're paying premium pricing for an inferior product tasting like compromise. People wanting healthy options purchase fresh fruit. People wanting jam want actual jam with sugar tasting good. Nobody wants chemical tasting reduced sugar jam that doesn't even save them money. The Fit and Active line contains some winners. The yogurt is decent. The snacks are acceptable. But this fruit spread is universally rejected. One person described it as what jam would taste like in a dystopian future where sugar is illegal and everyone is miserable. That's not hyperbole. It's genuinely that depressing. Fruit spread tastes like dystopia. But the freezer aisle? That's where things become truly ugly. 11. Season's Choice Breaded Okra Frozen Breaded Okra from Aldi. It exists. Nobody comprehends why. Okra is already a divisive vegetable. It's slimy when cooked incorrectly. It's fuzzy externally. Most Americans outside the South have never even sampled it. So who precisely is the target market for frozen breaded okra from a German discount grocery chain? Southern expatriates residing in areas without quality okra? Maybe, but they're not purchasing this because the breading is wrong. The okra inside is mushy, and it doesn't crisp properly regardless of cooking method. People curious about trying okra? Definitely not starting with the frozen Aldi version. This product occupies freezers, transforming into ice sculptures. The bags accumulate frost and get forgotten. Eventually, they're clearanced, and even then, they don't move. Aldi clearly examined data showing okra sales in certain regions and assumed they could capture that market nationally. What they didn't account for: okra is regional for legitimate reasons. Most of America doesn't want it, and the people who do possess standards this product doesn't meet. The breading to okra ratio is incorrect. The seasoning is bland. The texture is simultaneously soggy and tough. It's an achievement in rendering an already challenging vegetable even less appealing. One reviewer stated, "I'm from Louisiana. This is an insult to okra, to breading, and to food in general. When you've offended food itself, you know you've failed. Okra insults the South, but at least it's attempting to be a vegetable." The next product abandoned being drinkable. We're 10. Simply Nature Organic Apple Cider Vinegar Drink. This appeared in Aldi stores with zero fanfare. It's still there. The identical bottles in the identical location, accumulating dust. Apple cider vinegar beverages are trendy. They supposedly have health benefits. People consume them for gut health, weight loss, general wellness. But here's the reality. Apple cider vinegar tastes like punishment. Even when diluted and flavored, it's harsh, acidic, and unpleasant. Aldi's version is particularly brutal. The flavoring barely masks the vinegar. It tastes like someone added a whisper of apple juice to straight vinegar and labeled it a beverage. And it's expensive, $4.99 for a small bottle. You can purchase actual apple cider vinegar and mix your own drinks for a fraction of the cost. Or you can just not drink vinegar. The health claims are unproven. The taste is terrible. The price is excessive. The result: bottles that occupy shelves until they expire and get discarded. One person attempted it and said, "I took one sip and my face made expressions I didn't know it could make." And trust me, the top 3 make this look gourmet. Keep watching. Vinegar drinks are undrinkable, but at least they're attempting to be healthy. The next product has no excuse, no redemption. Jakjuan 9. Benton's Fudge Mint Cookies. Aldi produces incredible cookies. The Benton's brand makes excellent knockoffs of name brands. Their version of Oreos, Nutter Butters, and Vienna Fingers are all solid. Then there's the Fudge Mint Cookies, and nobody's purchasing them. Ever. These are supposed to compete with Keebler Grasshopper Cookies or Girl Scout Thin Mints. They fail spectacularly. The mint flavor is wrong. Too weak in some bites, too strong in others. It tastes artificial and chemical, rather than fresh and minty. The chocolate coating is waxy and weird. It doesn't melt properly, it leaves a film in your mouth. The cookie part is dry and crumbly. It disintegrates into dust when you bite it. Put it all together, and you have a cookie that's worse than the sum of already bad parts. Each element fails individually, and together they create something genuinely unpleasant. And Aldi shoppers know this. The Fudge Mint cookies sit on shelves while every other Benton's product sells out. They get marked down to clearance regularly. Even at 50% off, people walk past them. Because life's too short for bad cookies. And these are bad cookies. One person described them as what mint cookies would taste like if made by someone who'd never tasted mint. Another said, "These taste like they're trying to punish you for something you did in a past life." The Benton's brand has credibility. These cookies are damaging it. Aldi should just discontinue them and pretend they never existed. Mint cookies taste like punishment, but they're edible. The next product crossed a line into something darker. If you're already crossing items off your shopping list, hit that subscribe button. At number 1, we're exposing a premium dessert so catastrophically bad that Aldi Facebook groups have entire threads dedicated to warning people about it. You don't want to miss it. 8. Fremont Fish Market beer battered cod frozen fish from Aldi can be hit or miss. This one is a miss. A catastrophic, how did this get approved miss. Beer battered cod sounds appealing. Fish and chips at home. Easy weeknight dinner. Should be simple to get right. Aldi got it very wrong. The batter is thick and gummy. It doesn't crisp up properly no matter how you cook it. Bake it? Soggy? Fry it? Still somehow soggy. Air fry it? Congratulations. You've created fish jerky wrapped in a wet blanket. The cod inside is overprocessed and mushy. It doesn't flake. It sort of collapses. The texture is wrong. It barely tastes like fish. Just generic protein surrounded by failed batter. And it smells weird. That's the comment appearing in every review. It smells wrong. The smell is off. My kitchen smelled like regret for hours. When frozen fish makes your house smell bad, that's a fundamental failure. Fresh fish shouldn't smell strongly. Frozen fish definitely shouldn't make your entire home reek. The Fremont Fish Market beer-battered cod sits in freezers unloved and untouched. Occasionally, someone new to Aldi buys it. They never buy it again. Aldi's other frozen fish products are decent. The salmon is fine. The shrimp is acceptable. But this beer-battered cod is legendarily bad. One reviewer summed it up. I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life. This fish is in the top 5. That's the kind of product legacy that keeps items on clearance shelves forever. Beer-battered cod smells like failure, but it's still food. The next item makes you question whether it qualifies as food at all. 7. Deutsche Küche. Spätzle. Spätzle is a German egg noodle. It's delicious when made fresh. It's acceptable when done well from a package. Aldi's Deutsche Küche Spätzle is neither fresh nor well done. It's sad. Aggressively sad. The texture is the first problem. These noodles are simultaneously mushy and rubbery. They have no bite, no texture, no integrity. They're just slippery, bland blobs. Preparing them doesn't help. The package instructions make them worse. Following directions results in a pot of gluey, sticky, pasta-adjacent material that nobody wants to eat. German food lovers buy this once expecting authenticity. They're horrified. They never buy it again and warn their friends. Americans curious about German food buy this once. They're confused and disappointed. They assume all German food is bland and weird. They never buy it again. Nobody wins. The Spätzle just sits there, packages accumulating in the ethnic food section until they get clearanced and eventually thrown away. One German expat reviewed it online. This is what the Allies used for enhanced interrogation. This is a war crime in pasta form. When your product is compared to a Geneva Convention violation, you've failed. Spätzle has the texture of sadness, but at least it won't hurt you. The next product, that's not a guarantee. 6. Happy Farms pepper. Jack cheese slices. Aldi's cheese is usually solid. The blocks are good. The specialty cheeses are excellent. But these pepper jack slices? Universally rejected. The problem is immediately obvious when you open the package. The smell. It's wrong. Cheese should smell like cheese. These smell like chemicals and something vaguely petroleum-based. The texture is also wrong. They're too thick and rubbery. They don't melt properly. Put them on a burger and they sort of sweat, but don't melt. It's unsettling. And the flavor? It's not pepper jack. There's barely any pepper. There's barely any jack. There's just processed cheese product with a hint of something that might be pepper if you use your imagination. People buy these once thinking they're getting a deal on pepper jack cheese. They're getting processed cheese slices that happen to be vaguely spicy. The reviews online are consistent. Tastes plastic. Made my sandwich worse. I returned these, which I never do because they were inedible. And Aldi's other cheese slices are fine. The cheddar is acceptable. The American cheese works for what it is. But something went horrifically wrong with the pepper jack formulation. These packages sit in the dairy case, accumulating slowly until enough people complain and Aldi pulls them temporarily. Then they reappear a few months later, like a horror movie villain. One person said, "These cheese slices are proof that just because you can make something doesn't mean you should." Pepper jack tastes like chemicals, but at least cheese is a familiar concept. The next product, nobody even knows what aisle to find it in. 5. Season's Choice. Chicken cordon bleu bites. These appeared in the frozen appetizer section. They're still there, the same boxes, for months. Chicken cordon bleu is already a weird concept. Chicken stuffed with ham and cheese. It's a 70s dinner party dish that never really made sense, making it into bites. Tiny breaded nuggets of chicken, ham, and cheese makes even less sense. The execution is terrible. The breading is bland and thick. The chicken inside is overprocessed and rubbery. The ham is barely detectable. The cheese is a microscopic amount that doesn't even melt properly. They're supposed to be an appetizer, but they're too small to be satisfying and too bland to be interesting. They're too weird to serve at a party and too processed to feel like real food. And they're expensive. $4.99 for a box of tiny disappointing nuggets. You can buy actual chicken cordon bleu, or just buy chicken nuggets and cheese separately for less. They sit in freezers unwanted and unloved. Occasionally, someone buys them out of curiosity. The box goes home. The bites get cooked. Everyone is disappointed. The rest of the box gets thrown away. Aldi employees joke about these. They're the product that's always there, the constant, the reliable failure. One reviewer described them as the answer to a question nobody asked, prepared badly. That's the perfect summary of a product nobody needs or wants. Chicken cordon bleu bites confuse everyone, but at least they're trying to be food. The next product gave up on trying. 4. Simply Nature Organic Beet Juice. This exists in Aldi stores right now. Nobody's buying it. And frankly, that's a good thing. Beet juice sounds healthy. It's full of nutrients. It's supposed to be good for blood pressure and athletic performance, but it tastes like drinking dirt, specifically wet dirt from a garden where something died recently. Aldi's Simply Nature Organic Beet Juice is particularly aggressive. It's thick. It's earthy. It's intensely beet flavored in a way that makes you question why anyone would do this to themselves. There's no added flavor to mask the beet taste. It's just concentrated beet juice. All beet, all the time. Every sip is a journey through a root vegetable you never wanted to drink. And it stains everything. Your mouth turns purple. Your sink turns purple. Your clothes if you spill it. You'll look like you drank a bottle of food coloring. The health benefits aren't worth it. You can eat actual beets if you want the nutrients, or drink a smoothie with beets mixed with other ingredients. Nobody wants straight beet juice except the most hardcore health fanatics, and even they can buy it at health food stores or make it fresh. One person tried it and posted, "I poured this down the sink, and my sink threatened to call the police." When your drain rejects a beverage, you know you've created something special. Beet juice tastes like regret in liquid form, but the next product isn't even trying to taste good. 3. Fit and Active Protein Pancake Mix. Protein pancakes are trendy. People want high-protein breakfasts. This should work. It doesn't, at all. The Fit and Active Protein Pancake Mix makes pancakes that are dense, rubbery, and nearly flavorless. The texture is wrong. They're gummy and heavy. They don't fluff. They don't have that light, cakey texture pancakes should have. The protein comes from added whey protein and egg whites. This makes the pancakes taste vaguely chemical, with a protein powder aftertaste that lingers unpleasantly, and they don't cook properly. Following the package directions results in pancakes that are burned on the outside and raw in the middle. Adjusting the heat results in pancakes that are fully cooked but taste like hockey pucks. Syrup doesn't help. Butter doesn't help. Toppings can't mask the fundamental wrongness of these pancakes. People buy this once thinking they're making a healthy choice. They choke down one pancake. They throw the rest away. They never buy it again. Regular pancakes taste better and honestly aren't that much worse nutritionally. And if you want protein, just eat eggs on the side. The Fit and Active Protein Pancake Mix sits on shelves mocking shoppers' healthy intentions. These boxes are always in stock because nobody repurchases them. Protein pancakes taste like broken dreams. The next product gave up on dignity entirely. 2. Dos Pueblos Lindo Queso Dip. This is in the refrigerated section near the cheese. It's always there. The same containers week after week. Queso dip should be simple. Cheese, peppers, maybe some spices. Warm it up, dip your chips, enjoy. Aldi's Dos Pueblos Lindo. Queso dip is a masterclass in getting simple things catastrophically wrong. The texture is the first problem. It's simultaneously watery and gloopy. It separates when you heat it. Oil pools on top. The cheese solids sink to the bottom. Stirring doesn't help. It just creates an uneven mixture of grease and chunks. The flavor is worse. It's not spicy. It's not cheesy. It tastes like processed cheese food with a hint of something that might be pepper if you're generous. And the ingredients list is terrifying. It's mostly water, vegetable oil, and modified food starch. The cheese is third or fourth on the list. This is cheese-flavored dip, not actual queso. People buy this expecting to make easy nachos or have a party snack. What they get is an oily, separated mess that nobody wants to eat. Even microwaving it according to package directions results in a hot, oily disaster that somehow tastes worse than when it was cold. Aldi has good queso in jars in the shelf-stable section. But this refrigerated version? Universally rejected. These containers sit until they expire. Then they get thrown away. Nobody buys them at full price. Nobody buys them on clearance. They're just waste waiting to happen. One person described it as, what cheese would be in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where cows are extinct and cheese is a vague cultural memory. Disturbingly accurate. Queso dip is barely food, but there's one product that makes everything else on this list look good by comparison. 1. Specially selected tiramisu. This is it. The product so bad it's become legendary in Aldi communities for all the wrong reasons. Tiramisu is an Italian dessert. Ladyfinger cookies soaked in espresso, layered with mascarpone cream, dusted with cocoa. When done right, it's elegant and delicious. Aldi's specially selected tiramisu is an atrocity. The ladyfingers are soggy to the point of disintegration, not pleasantly moist, waterlogged. They fall apart into mush when you try to scoop them. The mascarpone cream tastes nothing like mascarpone. It's overly sweet with a chemical aftertaste. The texture is wrong, grainy and separated rather than smooth and creamy. The espresso flavor is barely present. What little coffee flavor exists tastes artificial and bitter. It's like they used instant coffee mixed with sadness. And the whole thing is just wet, excessively wet. There's liquid pooling in the container. The structural integrity is non-existent. Scooping it results in a wet brown puddle on your plate. This costs $4.99. For that price, you could buy ingredients and make your own tiramisu, or buy a decent cake, or literally eat anything else. The specially selected line is supposed to be Aldi's premium tier. This tiramisu is destroying that brand's credibility. These containers sit in refrigerated cases until they expire. Nobody buys them. Even people who love tiramisu avoid this because word has spread. It's bad. Universally, consistently, memorably bad. Online reviews are savage. An insult to Italy. Made me question if I actually like tiramisu. I've had better desserts at gas stations. This made me sad in ways I didn't know food could. Aldi Facebook groups have threads dedicated to this tiramisu. Hundreds of comments. Everyone has a story. Everyone tried it once. Nobody tried it twice. It's the worst product Aldi currently sells. And it stays on shelves as a warning to other products about what happens when you fail this badly. The final verdict. 13 products. 13 reasons to read the label before you trust the price tag. Cheese curls that taste like packing peanuts. Spätzle that violates the Geneva Convention. Tiramisu that insults an entire country. Aldi's low prices are real, but so are their failures. Now you know which ones to avoid. If this saved you from buying any of these disasters, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. What's the worst Aldi product you've ever tried? I want to hear your horror stories. Check out the video on your screen for the Aldi products that are actually worth buying. The cult favorites everyone's obsessed with. I'll see you in the next one.